And we will live to Venezuela, where the consultative referendum in Guyana Essequiba is taking place. Let's listen to the statement of Jorge Rodriguez, the President of the National Assembly of Venezuela.
In democracies of the world, through the expression of voting, of citizens voting, we are very satisfied with this historical day. So we are very satisfied with the polling stations. We have good weather across the national territory, and we invite all to express their opinions, to give their opinions, and to contribute to this day in defense of the Guyana Essequiba. This is a historical and unprecedented time. It is a historical claim and a historical need of the Venezuelan people to defend the territory of Guyana Essequiba. Today is a day that there is no partisanship, no differences, because we all are Venezuelans. So today is just an only winner. The only winner, the people of Venezuela, that is going to vote and to exercise massively the democracy, and they are going to express their opinion about the Essequiba dispute. I would like to answer questions. How are you doing? I would like to consult you in this first balance. For Venezuelans, it's very clear that the Essequiba is ours. So, what is going to happen next? What actions are going to be taken? And on the other side, I would like you to consult you about what the President said. It is needed to seat Guyanese President for recognizing the Geneva Agreement, but this dialogue has not been achieved. There have not been steps on this. So what would happen if the Guyanese president wouldn't proceed, wouldn't accept conversation? So what's your opinion about it? What is next is what is coming. What is coming is that the people is giving their opinion on by voting. So it's the thing is to know the map, to know the roadmap, to follow strategies in the future. There's a referendum of the 5 questions regarding the rejection of the arbitrary award and of the usurpation of the sea pending to be delimited, and all previous governments have rejected the jurisdiction of the International Court of Justice on this dispute. So the strategy is forming the Guyana Essequiba state. So it refers to the Venezuelan people's support to the Geneva Agreement, and all these questions have to do with the respect of the Geneva Agreement. And when you mention the Guyanese government, they are the puppets. They are slaves. In 2015, when the ExxonMobil began to monitor, to control the Guyanese government, they are just compelled to maintain that warlike, provocated attitude. Next question, Juan Pablo Palma. Good day. It's a historical day for the country. What message would you give them to peaceful people, to peaceful Venezuelan people? There is always an opposition sector, but there is always a sector who is playing abstention, is playing neutral ahead in response of the call of the homeland. Yesterday, a 55-year-old man said it's a historical day for the country because it has never been requested to the people to consult on this such important decision. But there was another person who was expressing himself in another tone. So how would you what is your criteria about these changes of tones? Well, there's a truthful expression on the development of this constitution that the people elected for the first time in the Bolivarian Revolution. That's the first thing. Democracy was just drifted in oblivion for just 5 years in the people. But here, this constitution is completely different. So all important matters are consulted to the people. That's why we are making this referendum. And what is happening now in the Republic, we are asking the people which strategy we must take to rescue, to recover the Guyana Essequiba, till Venezuela be able to exercise their right on that territory. From that point of view, it is contrasting a lot. And Guyana is just being controlled by the ExxonMobil. They have been paid, been bribed by this transnational. So, Venezuela's people is deciding about which track to follow. So what message is, don't miss the chance, the huge chance of making history with your vote, because when we counted these ballots, the fast Venezuelan people are just voting very fast, but those who are not voting yet don't miss the opportunity to participate in this consultative referendum on the Guyana Essequiba. Don't hesitate that the mandate of the people is the voice of God, is the voice of the people that are going to be respected. Thank you. Rafael Aníbal Camacho by TV. Good morning, President. You as President of Parliament, there have been very fluent communications between Guyana and Venezuela. some months ago. But there's a big difference between the expression of the Venezuelan people and the Guyanese people. So, what would be the Guyanese people's stance on the Essequibo at this time that there's been these elections about the recovery of the territory, appealing to your experience as a politician? Well, pay attention, Rafael. We have had multiple testimonies of the Guyanese people that always thanked Venezuela their position through Petrocaribe and the development of the Geneva Agreement. The Geneva Agreement consists that both parties hold talks to find a solution, an amicable solution to this. So Venezuela has always had a good attitude with their neighbors, but the Guyanese government has been very provocative. These governments are just behind the ExxonMobil transnational, denying its very own function as governments, but they are just representatives of the ExxonMobil, because the ExxonMobil pays lawyers, and they have been so the government have been benefiting from this exploitation of the ExxonMobil with millions of dollars. So there's an increasing, there's a strengthening of Bolivarian democracy. This is an example for the whole world. Venezuela is summoning an election. There is no confrontation, just we are asking the Venezuelan people, and the Venezuelan people is just responding to this very effectively. So it is just we want an expression for the people on this consultative referendum. Thank you very much to all. Let's continue voting. Venezuela is an example. These elections are peaceful, auditable, that allowed results in real time and very quickly. And this is the expression of millions of people. Thank you very much, and are called that this is time for vote, for exercising their right to vote, and being with every Venezuela to write this glorious page of history. Venezuela, this is the first encounter with local media on this historical day.
We were listening to the statements of Jorge Rodriguez, President of the National Assembly of Venezuela. He stated that today Venezuela is united and exercises its right to democracy, and that the Venezuelan people support the Geneva Agreement, and all these questions are in support of this agreement. Also, that this referendum is an example for the whole world, and urge people to go to the polls and vote. More breaking news coming up. Stay tuned.